What is good, my Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family? We're back again with your Kaspa crypto live stream, and today's stream is going to be, as I believe every stream is, a very, very important one, quite an impactful one. We have two relatively big announcements coming from, one coming from Trump that should be taking place today, and then one from Cathie Wood, where she emphasizes her belief that we are in the midst of a rolling recovery, a recession recovery off the back of the report data, and that we'll see a lot more rate cuts. Ultimately, that we're going to start seeing the markets make a gradual snowball effect level recovery from now leading into the months to come. We'll get into that video from her in a moment. But then on top of that all as well, we've got a lot of Kaspa updates and the debate, if you will, the dispute between the Bitcoin maximalists and the Kaspa maxis has been growing more and more. We are seeing more Bitcoin maxis talk about Kaspa, which, if you recognize historic patterns, same happened to Ethereum, same happened to XRP. They've ignored those two now, but now they are here for Kaspa. They're trying to again push Kaspa down and say it cannot do the job. And Kaspa continues to hold strong purely based off technological standpoints and what it's trying to do fundamentally. And we're seeing increasingly, bit by bit, more Bitcoin maxis starting to at least consider Kaspa. Although there are still some who are very, very headstrong, if you will. Some of the OGs, if you will, or the core devs, like Luke, for example, who are actually now just coming out and saying that Tom Polinsky and other people in Kaspa are just complete scam artists, which I think is a very, very bold claim to make. Get into all of that and a lot more, some other interesting Kaspa updates in this stream. As always, if you enjoy the content, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more, and for those who are watching on Playback or even watching right now, remember, tomorrow I will not be going live. I will try my best to remember to make an announcement tomorrow about it in my Discord server, but I'm not going live tomorrow. I should be live on Saturday and will definitely be live on Sunday, and hopefully continuing to go live from that point forward as well. But that being said, welcome everybody once again to the channel. Packard bro, again, welcome back, bro. Looks like we're gonna fly, but Kaspa will follow. I mean, yes, actually, if you look at the market chart right now, Bitcoin is currently at $116,663, up 1.4% on the daily time frame, doing very well. Ethereum's almost at 4K again, which is fantastic. But Bitcoin's doing very well, and again, as I highlighted in the stream prior, if Bitcoin can rally above and hold above the 116K, we will once more be in between the zone that we were consolidating in for about 2 to 3 weeks, the 120 to 116K zone. So if Bitcoin can regain that and hold above that, that's a very, very good sign. Also, right now, I think it's a good possibility because the market is now pricing in that we will be getting rate cuts. Therefore, people are expecting rate cuts in September, 1 or 2, and therefore anticipating the market to start rallying on top of that as well. Ethereum again that's why also alts like Ethereum is doing very, very well off the back of that as well. So makes complete sense. We'll get into those talking points in a moment. And then in regard to XRP, again, it's above $3 again. Your Sui is up 5% at $3.68. Your Zebex currently down a little bit, consolidating right now at this support level around this 0.0053 area. And, you know, then got Kaspa, which Kaspa right now equally is not doing the best today. Which there's a post here from Kaspa Daily here, which again for me just kind of highlights everything we need to know right now. Kaspa is one of the worst performing assets in the top 100 today, but on-chain data tells a very different story. On-chain data tells us that wells are accumulating still with Kaspa, that major wallets are adding millions of Kaspa from exchanges such as Bybit, Gate, and Kraken. The community sentiment still remains high, which shows strong confidence despite recent price action, and the long-term holder conviction is at a record level with 14% of the total supply untouched for over 2 years. Despite the price lagging and again being one of the worst performing, in fact arguably the worst performing in the top 100 right now, which of course I'm more than certain that I'm going to get a comment about that in my stream today. I have 1 or 2 names in mind that I'm sure will join in and say Kaspa's the worst performing right now. And I'll just show him this post here because on-chain data tells another story. Kaspa's price is down, but the sentiment hasn't shifted or changed. And once this sentiment ends up bearing fruit and correlates to price action, the outsiders, if you will start flooding back in. Kaspa is currently down 0.77% on the daily time frame. It's not even doing terrible. Currently valued at 8.7 cents. And again, it's still trading within this green zone that we drew out months back, this buy zone, which is between 8.3 cents and 8.8 cents. It's trading between here right now. If we can surpass 9 cents, which earlier today Kaspa did touch 9 cents before getting rejected. If we can surpass 9 cents, then again, at that point, the buyers will likely push Kaspa up and will probably push it back above these values as well. Again, knowing that smart contracts are literally 24 odd days away now, which I just pray for everything that Casplex don't repeat KRC20. That's my only hope. I think Casplex have done a lot better this time around, and I think they're doing a good thing by not... again, we remember, if you've been following my channel for months back now, you would have saw Caspador and other people from the Casplex team hint at the strong possibility we'd see their smart contracts on the mainnet before Q3 started. So therefore, by the end of June, we are currently in August. We're 2 months after Q2. We're in the middle of Q3. And now they confirmed end of August. So pretty much going towards the end of Q3, we will start seeing the mainnet come out. And I am actually happy they've done that, because the release of KRC20, as we all can remember, was very brazen, it was very rushed, and was a disaster. And that's why a lot of people are not very comfortable with Casplex. But if they can release this mainnet and it's all good, there's no issues, and it can just kind of roll out seamlessly, knowing also that stablecoin providers like Tether and Circle are talking to KEF, if everything's all good, Casplex could be a very, very big deal. And that's also why I think you're going to see sort of FOMO rising in the markets off the back of potential rate cuts coming through. The Clarity Act also hopefully could be passed when it does end up going through the voting procedure again. And off the back of that, stablecoins and smart contracts on Kaspa, the FOMO could start setting it into quite a bit of a frenzy. And then we should know that from that point onwards, pretty much weeks, every month or every week, you're going to see other big catalysts coming to Kaspa. And that's not even talking about the unknowns like the tier 1 listings that could come as well. So Kaspa's not doing great today, but I do agree with Packard that it will in due follow. And yes, I did see in the community you have created a Clash of Clans clan with Kaspa in name. I don't play Clash of Clans, not anymore. If I do plan to pick it up one day, then I'll join. But anyone who's interested, will have a little bit of light fun, then yeah, Packard has created a Kaspa clan on Clash of Clans. If we only hold Kaspa, are we stupid or genius? I mean, it depends, really. I personally like the idea of diversification because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm heavy into Kaspa and the Kaspa community. I've got a lot in Kaspa. I've got some KRC20 memes as well. I have actually been offsetting my other altcoins, like how much I have in XRP, how much I have in Sui, all my Say, and other ones. Not all of them, I still hold some of them, but I've been offsetting a lot of it to kind of put more into the Kaspa community because I do believe in this project. But I still do have some other ones because I do believe in diversification, and again, hedging my bets on other assets to flip that capital back into other means as well. I mean, that's why I also have capital there for trading, whether it be through Solana, meme coins, DGen picks, or even futures, which we do with BYDFI, the affiliate exchange that we are currently working alongside, an exchange with no KYC, no VPN. They have regulatory clarity and licensing in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in Ethiopia, and many more regions. If you sign up to the affiliate link, you can get many, many benefits, like up to $8,000 cashback, alongside 17% discount on all future trading fees. You can get discount when trading, basically. And also, for those who are probably not aware, which I'm sure you all are now, if you sign up to BYDFI, through my VIP, you already can get a 7-day free trial. But if you sign up to BYDFI and follow the steps in the free Discord server, you can get a 1-month free trial for this as well. And there are many benefits in there, from private live every single week, which we've got a very big week to talk about coming up. I'm very much looking forward to the information I found this week to share with my VIPs, trade alerts, alpha institutional documents, and so much more. Again, all links down below in the description, also in the Discord server as well, which is also on my homepage here. If you want to find out more, definitely check them out, because for all intents and purposes, look, the market is preparing for that next move up. So the short answer to you, Packard, is depends on your appetite to risk. I would argue Kaspa is probably the safest one if you're going to be going all in on something, or Bitcoin. But I do believe in diversification personally. Welcome back, Dimitar. Future Crypto Elite is here. Great to have you back, my man. And you too, Nathan, before Mr. Mars. I mean, you are but also knowing that man who's a wizard, he'll come back and say first and everyone will be behind him again. Just how it works. Welcome back, Kryptoni. It's Quick Crypto, bringing you quick Kaspa news. Yeah, it's been a minute since I said that intro, actually. I've shifted it to a yo now, just because I feel like people actually know. The Quick Crypto, bringing you quick Kaspa news is like the entendre, you know? But the yo-yo-yo's become so, I don't know, so ingrained with my channel now. You know, people making jokes about it. So I'd argue I can interchange between the both of them. But I think it depends. There are some intros where I feel like yo-yo-yo kind of, you know, rolls off the tongue nicer. Sometimes I have to do the quick crypto part. But either way, you know, we're back here, baby. And welcome back to Next Level Cash as well. I made it on time. Great to have you here once again, brother. If Kaspa reaches all-time high in next week, you have to make a video and explain why ICP is better than Kaspa. That is contradictory. I would probably never make a video on ICP. I don't have any desire to. I know it's an AI asset or has some form of correlation to AI, which might be a good thing for it, but I also know that ICP has a terrible chart. And also, which is my own personal belief, it has an infinite supply. And yes, I can already, and I have to say it every time. Hopefully I won't have to say it in the future, but I know that Krypton is already typing all proof of stakes technically have infinite supply because, you know, you can create more out of thin air. And you're right. But if I look on CMC and I see on CMC that this total supply or max supply has an infinity symbol, I'm going to stay clear from it. Sometimes CMC makes a mistake and it's not actually infinite, but I'm going to stay clear of it. If I can see a max supply, I'm like, okay, cool. I have a bit more trust in it. But again, proof of stakes, technically all infinite. But yeah, ICP, if you click on it, you can see ICP has got an infinite supply. So I will never touch that with a 10-foot pole. I touched Say, we had infinite supply. And even though I could have still held on to it and make money from it, I'm very confident in Say that could do very, very well. But I don't trust infinite supplies. I just don't. Again, the reason why I don't, if you don't know why, look at Terra Luna. One of the biggest, you know, assets that collapsed. One of the biggest, you know, crypto black swan events in history. Terra Luna had an infinite supply when it decided it wants to load because CMC is very slow right now. Or maybe my PC, actually. But you can see here when it does load up, Terra Luna has an infinite supply. But that's not all. You also then had Mantra. Mantra also, that was equally one of the biggest real-world assets in the crypto space. About 5, was it even 5, it might even be 3 months back. It wasn't that long ago. And that went to, it's collapsed. It's fallen off. Something happened. I didn't go in detail. At least I cannot remember what exactly happened. But all I remember now is it's collapsed massively. And equally has an infinite supply. So the correlation I'm seeing here, infinite supply. The reason we got into crypto and your Bitcoins and your Kaspa is because the monetary system we have is broken. And it's broken because you can print money out of thin air. It requires little to no energy. You print it out of thin air. So infinite supply crypto assets are no different to the fiat system we have today. So they are broken by the start. And proof of stakes are, I guess, all like that in a sense. Yeah, it was what? This was back in April. Yes, end of April. So April, May, June, July. So it's been 3-4 months since the Mantra collapse. When it went from $6 and now it's at 27 cents. You know, it's a massive fall off. And I'll be surprised if Mantra ever comes back. I pray it doesn't, actually. I mean, no one should believe in this project anymore. But yeah, for me, I think, again, in the future to be, there will be a crypto culling. That is just fact. It's speculative, but, okay, maybe facts are the right word. It's speculative, but there's a lot of information and sources that support the claim that this crypto market is extremely oversaturated with just rubbish. Be it your degen, pump fund, meme coins, or even projects that are just claiming to be something they're not and they're terrible. It's oversaturated. So in the future to be, whether it be in the next coming months or years to follow, you're going to start seeing assets falling off. Like, you know, duck shooting or clay pigeon shooting. It's going to go down, down, down. Loads going to start collapsing. You're going to see a culling. And at that point, you then have to know exactly what you're holding. Some assets, for my belief, XRP will be fine. Because XRP, despite it being a proof of stake, is number 3 and also has got deep ties and connections. Ripple's got a lot of money. They're centralized, but they've got a lot of money. They're connecting to these governments all over the world. They're connected to these big banks. They've got connected to Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. They've got a lot of partners. So despite them not necessarily being trustworthy as a centralized entity, they have got enough partners, for my belief, to keep them afloat. And then, of course, in my belief, and more importantly, for this streaming channel, Kaspa. Being a fair launch proof of work, decentralized, no pre-allocations, Kaspa for me also is going to survive that crypto culling. It will have the community like us who will keep it alive. And also the Bitcoin maxis who are coming over also keep Kaspa alive. So that's another massive tangent. But yeah, I will never make an ICP video. I don't see why I would need to. And welcome again, Brett Eveling, my man. Hope you're doing very, very well. And you too, LB, on the check-in again. Welcome back, bro. If it dipped again, I think we'd have to take a loan and go all in. I mean, if Kaspa did dip again, then I would definitely... I honestly might even sell the rest of my other bags and just get all in on Kaspa then. I feel like it might be a good idea. Nobody cares about Zebek unless it runs on the Kaspa network. I mean, in this particular community, probably not. Although there are people who are now a part of this community in a sense that do believe in Zebek, or at least believe it as a hedge. So that's why I still talk about it. I know you don't care about Zebek. I think assets that come onto Kaspa are in better favour. But again, that might take a bit of time. Who knows though? During the night, we'll see some wallet accumulate like Hulk. Maybe we will. I mean, right now, if we look at the top addresses for Kaspa right now, we can see some big moves again happening from the top wallets. Once again, wallet 2 is on the move with 14 million Kaspa, so $1.2 million worth of Kaspa. It's got 854 million Kaspa now, this wallet 2. Still don't know who it is. Probably Binance, probably a market maker. We don't know. These were bought from Gate. And we can see in this particular transaction, which particular transaction here was a 9.1 mil transaction here. Took 0.69 seconds. You can't see it because it's behind the text here. It cost 0.00072 Kaspa. And the total transaction actually was 38 million back and forth. So again, it's insane. Insane stuff all around. Proving once more how quick Kaspa is, and I guess therefore the desire you can see coming to Kaspa. Bitcoin maxis knew this and saw this continuously. And, you know, people who actually valued the premise of how money flows, Kaspa would get a lot more adoption, and it will. You've seen inflows coming through. Wallet 8 with basically 500k, 9 with 350k. Kaspa's being bought up by the big whales, so again supporting this claim here that while Kaspa is one of the worth performing assets in the top 100 today, on-chain data tells a very different story, that whales are still accumulating. Community sentiment for us still remains high, especially with smart contracts literally 20 odd days away now. And long-term holders are continuing to store value, hold on for dear life. So we're still good. Fundamentals are still continuing to strengthen right now. And it's getting stronger and stronger with what is to come as well. So before I get to all the questions, let's get into some of the Kaspa content, and then we'll circle back into other stuff as well. So to start off with, you got 3 Search Capital here with some announcements. Talk about they now have got a strategic partnership with Kaspa Finance, KFC, which is the alleged first version 3 DEX AMM automated market maker on Kasplex's layer 2, which, you know, I haven't looked too much into them, but they sound like they're doing a good thing. But of course, as anything, we got to be very careful, especially right now off the back of PropifY. You know, while you have to be careful in general, after what happened with PropifY literally yesterday, there's definitely a bit of angst now, once more angst and anxiety and uncertainty in the community again about partaking or delving too deep into other projects. I'm not saying that KFC is a bad project. I haven't got enough information on them. And in fact, I will delve deeper into the Telegram group that I joined, which is the Kaspa Due Diligence Telegram, where they've got a whole community set up there, and they're basically just searching through every single project that's coming to Kaspa and just trying to create as much clarity around the assets as possible, whether they are, you know, very safe, uncertain, or just not worth a single second looking into. Speaking of KFC and Search, they're apparently now also excited to reveal their next token sale. Again, exclusively only to the inner circle. You can find out through 3 Search Capital's Discord server. Again, be very careful. That's what happened with PropifY. They did a pre-sale for NFTs, and that people got scammed. Again, I'm not directly saying that 3 Search and KFC are liable and are causing anything bad, but I haven't got information on hand. So make sure you do your own research and be very, very careful. But also, quite interestingly, while off the back of PropifY and the other scams we've seen in the past for Kaspa, the likes of KDX and the likes of Change Finance, we have now got the community, as we should, doing our best to raise awareness with that Telegram group, but also Capital here, seems to be in the works of something as well here. Hopefully I could finish this by the end of the month. How should we call it? Need to buy the 11th domain, the Casplex revoke. So protect your assets by revoking unnecessary token allowances and NFT approvals on Casplex. Keep your wallet secure by regularly auditing and removing unused permissions. It looks like, again, just trying to create some more security in the space, which is, great stuff to see. So again, Kaspa is doing absolute work right now. So shout out to him as well. People are obviously giving some names about this stuff. What do you want to be revoked? Everything and everyone that cannot be normal. It is, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea, and hopefully see more of this stuff come through where they just, again, while Kaspa's open source, it's fair launch, scammers and hackers will come in continuously. It won't be the last time you see a Profile. You've got to try and protect yourself whatever way you can by researching and, I guess, partaking in these sort of the third party or the other domain stuff being created. I think it's a good stuff, a good thing all around. And in regards to developments happening right now, we are seeing continual growth and development. Castle Wallet's app is now officially live on Apple Store. So you can manage your Kaspa, KRC20, KNS, domains, and NFTs right from your phones, which is fantastic. Great to see there from Castle. I do wish that Kaspa had released one, because I use Kaspa personally, and of course I can use it on my computer, but having it on the phone might be easier. I mean, truth be told, I'm going to end up transferring probably all of it to a Tangent wallet in the near future, because it's just safer that way. But some stuff I've got to keep in the Kaspa, because that's how you interact with the Kaspa community, and knowing smart contracts are just to be coming out, I want to be able to partake in it whatever way I can. But also speaking of that, we also know that other stuff are being built for Kaspa, like there's been talks about a social media platform, decentralized social media platform being built right now, similar to like Twitter basically. And I highlight that and bring remembrance to that because we have this recent post here. Chat controls are being introduced into the European Union, orders all private chats to be scanned from October 2025. So August, September, October, 2 months from now, apparently the European Union are ordering all private chats to be scanned. So anything and everything that is said, I mean, it's crazy. So under Denmark's EU presidency, a revised proposal mandates client-side scanning of WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, even before encryption locks kicks in. Backed by 19 countries, including France and Belgium, it targets adoption by October 14th. So critics warn, breaks true end-to-end encryption, enables mass surveillance of all messages, AI detection misfires on innocent content, which it already is doing that anyways, and threatens digital privacy, dissent, and minors' rights. And I mean, you've seen this sort of stuff already rolling out a little bit in the UK. The UK recently introduced this age verification bollocks. I shouldn't even have said that, but they released this stuff right now, and it means that any form of content, and that's talking like, if I simply want to look at certain content that, stuff that's happening like around the world, news forms, searches, whatever, if it's got an explicit symbol onto it, like if I'm trying to look at the stuff happening in the Middle East for research purposes, I can't do that now unless I upload my information, my ID, because I'm in the UK. So this is happening more and more where you're seeing these, and it's happening rapidly now, and maybe it's because of the growth of crypto, which the growth of crypto is, being more decentralized, therefore they know they're losing more control, so they're trying to find a way to keep tabs on you. But more countries, the UK are doing it, other nations are doing it. I'm not sure exactly the state of how it is in the United States, but Europe especially, they're trying to bring this out as well, where they're basically going to have full, accessibility to your private information and what you're sending. And if you're even just saying stuff as a joke, you'll get flagged, which is insane to me. And I highlight this because this is, and this is something that Cody said in the community as well. This is also a big reason why what's coming to Kaspa is so important. True decentralized messaging, where you actually have privacy. So this law that's coming out, or seemingly this new proposal coming out to be adopted in the next 2 months, will actually, to my belief, in the medium to maybe even short term, but medium to long term, will generate more desire for decentralized messaging platforms, something that people within Kaspa are building. So this is terrible news, but equally could be an indirectly beneficial thing to help bring more adoption to Kaspa. People finding you can actually have true decentralized messaging on a decentralized platform with Kaspa. All you have to do is have a little bit of Kaspa. Like you could have I think it was like 5 Kaspa and send 50,000 odd messages or whatever like that, which could set you up for pretty much life. Not life, but I know Casper Silver mentioned that he has sent over 30,000 messages or around that on Twitter since he started using it in 23 or whatever like that. So in 2 years, he sent 30,000 messages and he would have been less than a Casper basically. Again, we'll have to see how the kinks work out, but we're once more at a very, very interesting crossroads where the world is adopting crypto more and more and rapidly. It's accelerating, but they're also therefore losing more and more grips on the world. That's why CBDCs have been such a very highly spoke about thing by governments, because it gives them more control. But they can tell they're losing the grips on, keeping you all under control. Hence why they're bringing out more and more of these policies. And despite people like in the UK regarding this age verification thing, there have been forget the term for it, but it's like, I think it's a crowdfund. I'm not sure if the term crowdfund is the right term, but you basically can, create a voting form where like you basically publish it onto this website, and if it gets over a certain number of votes, the parliamentary house basically are by law required to rediscuss it. Which the requirement for this was 100,000 votes. For the 100,000 people, the community, the people of the United Kingdom, there was over 100. There was 300, I think, if not 400,000 that said that we don't want this age verification thing. It's rubbish. Get rid of it. Talk about it again. Redecide. It got 4 times more than the required votes, and the UK government just said, "Yeah, we don't care. We're still keeping it in," which is ridiculous. It's tyranny. It's absolute tyranny, and this is once more why we need decentralized mechanisms, which is what is coming out with the growth of crypto and equally with the growth of Kaspa. As this world, again, this is also why I'm getting increasingly more bullish on Kaspa and why I might start allocating more into Kaspa, because as this, this controlling, this oversight, this, tyranny behavior from these global elites continues to grow more and more. And I'm praying that I'm not going to get flagged by saying this by YouTube's AI. I probably am, truth be told. So I won't be saying this too much more. But as it happens more and more and more, you're going to see the people, the public, us, get increasingly more worried about what we say, what we do online, and also any form of privacy. And that will create more demand desire for truly decentralized platforms, which right now, Kaspa's one of them that's growing. Kaspa's growing more and more. It's very, very early, and it has more than just, it has many more than just having the benefits of having potentially a decentralized platform for messaging. We have anonymity, but you're actually anonymous. You can be used for everything else, payments, for energy, supply chains. It has so much diversity, so much use case. And that's also why you're seeing people talk about it more and more and more. So now I'm going to get into a bit of the Bitcoin maximalist information before we then talk into some questions and get some more news here. So as you saw a few days back, or even yesterday, Casper Silver did a little bit of a video or stream or whatever, a video with Vijay, who's the converted Bitcoin maximalist, who he still has 90% in Bitcoin and 10% in Kaspa. So he's still very much a Bitcoin maxi for the most part, but he's hedging more of his bets into Kaspa now because he's been reading up into it and he's more intrigued by it, which more and more Bitcoin maxis will be doing the same thing. But they showcase here just crystal clear proof, which we'll try and see if we can load up right now. The crystal clear proof here where he's literally sending some Kaspa through the Kaspa protocol to Vijay, and it happened in less than a second, instantly. Again, we showed the case that on the top wallets here, how you're seeing millions and millions of dollars being sent back and forth between wallets in transactions costing nothing, next to nothing, and also being incredibly quick, less than a second at times. Of course, again, that's going to fluctuate as you get more demand and more congestion, but it's a testament to how quick Kaspa is, and you'll see Kaspa be able to, especially when DAG Night comes out, Kaspa can scale with the latency. So again, we are very fortunate. Vijay says, tell me how you can be bearish on this, which is a very fair point. How can you be? And this individual, Sean here, who seems to be fiat is hopeless, so therefore a crypto maxi, I'm guessing Bitcoin maxi, just says here, I'd rather use my credit card, seems safer. And But yeah, look, do you know how credit cards will actually work? Yes, definitely safer than proof of stake nonsense like ETH, Solana, and Sui. But this is not proof of stake. This is Kaspa. This is proof of work. So I don't know exactly what Sean is referring to here. But it is what it is. This is, again, the current sentiment. The problem right now, if you want to clarify as a problem, is simply just ignorance. And I'm not trying to say that as a negative word, but it's just the lack of knowledge. The same reason why Bitcoin maxis aren't full, porting into Kaspa is they haven't got the information on hand and also the proof. Like Bitcoin has, years and years of data and proof of price, appreciation and going up. So you have a reason to still be in Bitcoin. Also, it's very, very old. Kaspa's not got that same, historical data. It's got all the fundamental and technological stuff there, which even then Bitcoin maxis don't really look into. But it's again, the lack of understanding is why people are hesitant. But people were the exact same way about the internet when it first came out. Especially because the internet threatened how information was passed around through word of mouth, through newspapers, whatever it may be. When something's a threat, it's the circle of life. You first deny, you first deny, then you combat, and then you accept. That's not exactly the right terminology, but that's how it always works. You don't know about it, you hear about it, and you deny that it's even possible and it's rubbish, and then you start, arguing with it, and then you get a little bit intrigued by it, and then you accept it. Kaspa is in this current cycle right now where it's going between this dispute where people are hating on Kaspa. People still don't know about Kaspa. It's still very early because some people who know about Kaspa and they're now just denying it, just saying nope, it's not good. Just calling it a scam, not even looking into it. Eventually they'll look into it, and then they'll start turning to acceptance. So we've got this post here from Hardy James. Hey, Luke Dash Jr., who apparently is the Bitcoin core developer and CTO of Ocean Mining, who said, love Nostr, love Lightning, everything seemed to work so far, but I'm getting chewed by the Caspians though. What would your rebuttal be to them about Bitcoin's scaling problem? I wouldn't. I block and ignore the scammers. Very okay. Yeah, I'm dumbfounded and flabbergasted. You are apparently one of the core developers of Bitcoin and you can't articulate a reason as to Bitcoin's scaling problem, which Caspians are highlighting about, because it has got a scaling problem. It is not news. I get it if you're the one who helped develop that and therefore it's your kind of your grandchild, you don't want to accept there's problems with it, but it's not news. Everybody who has any basic correlation understanding of Bitcoin knows it's got a scalability issue. Everyone knows that. Hence why it's not being used for payments. It can't. But his response to that is, I wouldn't rebuttal to it. I block and ignore the scammers. But it goes one step further than that as well. Look, even here's like, listen to these scammers back in 2013. Bitcoin would have had mass adoption right now. If you listen to people like Son Polinsky basically, and he's like, shoe scammer, don't even know what scaling means. Again, don't exactly know where he's going from here. So on and so forth. We get to this part here, breaking news, and going to a bit more so as well. Luke claims that the most cited crypto cyberpunk, being Son Polinsky, hashtag, our founder, apparently is a scammer. And his proof is just trust me, bro. You can see it here. It's off the back of that. It always amazes me when you put a PhD in computer science who performed security audits on Bitcoin early and has dedicated their lives to a crypto and scammer in the same sentence. The fact that Son Polinsky has a PhD in computer science at Harvard, one of the most, if not the most prestigious university in the world, he's performed security audits of Bitcoin. He's been Nick Szabo, the creator of smart contracts, said he's an expert in Bitcoin security, a skill set in scarce supply. And Luke knows that, but yet calling him a scammer. And he said, you mean a scammer who claims he did things he didn't. So he's now saying that somebody's not done that stuff. I'm sorry, but do you have a degree to have any credibility here? Slander is pretty low considering you're a Bitcoin core developer. Scammers don't have credibility, period. Just letting you know, this is a textbook defamation. No, it's fact. What did he claim to he didn't do? Perform security audits on Bitcoin early. Probably the PhD too. So he's now saying that he didn't perform audits on Bitcoin early and he doesn't have a PhD. Though it's meaningless, so maybe he did. I don't know why PhD in computer science is meaningless. Again, I'm not a developer, but I think if you've got a PhD in computer science, you have a good idea about how tech works, and that's also why Polinsky is able to build what he's building right now with Kaspa. Just look at them on the thread, total typical scammer behavior, instead of blocking them all. Now, I've not applied to the thread because I haven't got the time nor the patience for that, and I don't feel like I need to convince the ignorant. And it's one thing you being ignorant, but it's you being actively ignorant, I think is ridiculous. And even CFB talks about this here, and he's the founder of Cubic. We've had a lot of beef with him as a Kaspa community because he's one who's been causing some hassle in the community as well. He says Luke is a fanatic, attacking those whom he perceives a danger to his beloved Bitcoin. Ask him how many coins were 51%ed by him just because they aim to dethrone Bitcoin. The fact that Luke is being hostile towards Kaspa and its devs is actually bullish for Kaspa's price because Luke is close to an Asperger and sees patterns invisible to others. Now, take that as you will. And I do honestly take that as bullish for Kaspa. How you've got core devs like Luke who's coming out saying this sort of stuff, and then his buddy Adam Back is also in agreement here, saying surely it's a fake account, nobody is actually a Bitcoin dev and it's this ignorant to the facts. There's only three options: fake account, terminal ignorance, criminal character assassination. And Adam says here, or like most of the market, he thinks alts are a bit scammy. So he's basically saying anything that's not Bitcoin is a scam, and I think that is ignorance at its highest form, because then you can make the same argument: anything that is crypto is a scam. If anything but Bitcoin's a scam, then the governments who are saying that if it's not dollars or fiat currency, it's a scam, so it's a scam, it's the exact same argument. There is no difference to the argument. But of course, with Bitcoin maxis here, that they won't understand that. They won't understand the simple correlation I'm making. If everything that's not Bitcoin is a scam, then the government's argument from 2 years ago, which said everything that is not fiat currency is a scam, they hold the same weight. And the only proof they have about that is just trust me, bro. And here you guys are trying to get blocked promoting one. First off, I don't think CATHIE really care if they get blocked or not. Otherwise, they would stop. But don't stop. I mean, again, I've not bothered, but that's because I can't be bothered. I'm lazy. I'll be honest. I'm very lazy at times. I mean, right now, I'm also too busy. Which is why, again, I've been a bit detached from the community. And I do apologize for that again. I pray and I plan to be a lot more present next week and weeks to follow. But yeah. Adam, we know, is very much anti anything that's not Bitcoin, which I think is ridiculous. And I mean, Luke here is going a step further, calling Polinsky a scammer, saying that he's not performed security audits on Bitcoin and he has not got a PhD in computer science either. Saying it's facts, but there's no proof of such, which I think is ridiculous. And again, you know, it's crazy to me as well because there are literal proof. There's literal proof out there, which we can all find, and I'm sure all these accounts, BRT, he's good at finding these proofs. You've got Captain Sats, who's also an absolute legend, who also frequently puts out a lot of these information showcasing historical proof and data. If you go, let's even just look through right now, you've got here, analysis of the XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol by Brad Chase and Ethan McBorough. And you can see here, indeed, the preferred branch protocol shares a common principle with the Ghost rule of Polinsky and Aviv Zohar. So again, this is now Ripple's technology, highlighting that the preferred branch protocol shares what Polinsky created. Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, the exact same thing here as well. Ghost, pioneered by Aviv Zohar and Polinsky. You know, there's so much proof. And again, Captain Sats, I love Captain Sats' Twitter page for that, because he has 42,000 posts. And I'll be honest, a lot of it's just reposting stuff. But again, this is where I can find a lot of information and just look through kind of what happened. You know, he's been cooling down a little bit about it now, which I think is all fun and good, all well and good. But if you looked at his page, you know, a year or two back, these posts were frequent every day. And I loved it. Anytime I wanted to dispute, why Kaspa better than Ethereum? Well, here you go. You know, why is better Ethereum? Well, Ethereum's protocol is based off Kaspa's and Polinsky, and Kaspa's is better than that. You got here with Ethereum and Polkadot, they're based on the Ghost consensus as well. And I've checked the video already previously. Again, Vitalik Buterin as well. Talk about Polinsky again. There's one where you see Nick Szabo, who is the one who created smart contracts, who literally called Aviv Zohar and Polinsky experts of Bitcoin security. So Luke's claims are, trust me bro, with no factual proof of any kind. There's nothing to support Luke's claim besides the only, and that's also Adam there, by the way, the Cardano founder, Josh Hodkinson, explaining the basics of protocols preceding Kaspa. And there's somebody even here. Somebody literally here, back in 2015, in Hong Kong, talking here about, Bitcoin and this stuff. He was present at scaling Bitcoin 2015. So again, even as further, proof that Luke has no credibility in what he's saying here. Besides him just being scared that Kaspa does very much fix all the shortcomings of Bitcoin, and because he doesn't want to believe it and it affects his precious project, he's just calling it a scam. Ignorance is bliss, honestly, sometimes. And maybe I wish I had more of it at times, because it's maybe more peaceful that way as well. But if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to not make a difference for other people, but also for your own life, you need to step outside your comfort zone. And Kaspa, for many people, is outside the comfort zone, because it's an asset that is down, 55% from all-time highs? Been down for over a year? And has been technically down for coming up to 2 years now. It's an asset that has lackluster marketing, hasn't got many huge tier 1 listings. It's definitely out of people's comfort zone. Now, of course, when you looked into it enough like we have, we think it's fine. We're very comfortable. We're very convicted in Kaspa. But if you're new to Kaspa, why would you care? Why would you want to know? The fact that Bitcoin maxis are starting to look more into Kaspa is a big deal. The fact that you can see this stuff happening here is a big deal. The fact that people are... The only arguments that can be made about Kaspa right now is either price related or just calling it a scam and calling us bots, because they have no credible source to information to prove why this project's a scam. Because it's not a scam. There are scams that take place in this project, like any project. Bitcoin's had a fair share, Ethereum has a fair share, Kaspa's just had Properfy. It sucks, and that stuff will continue to happen. But Kaspa as a project, as a protocol, it is the most innovative up-and-coming project in this space. No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. And Kaspa Facts here made a post here about Kaspa Hire. He's got an open bounty to any Bitcoin maxi, or anyone for that matter, that can mathematically prove the phantom ghost DAG wrong. Prove why Kaspa is just not what we say it is. Prove Kaspa does not scale Nakamoto consensus. The ghost chat generalizes NC arguments in semantics will not accept as proof. And he said he will reward people $40,500 in Bitcoin. If you can provide any reason, any feasible proof as to how Kaspa does not scale, how does not align with Nakamoto consensus, then he's all ears for it. And just to prove how petty I guess some of us are, how convicted we are, even got this post here, breaking news. Somebody literally donated 20,000 Kaspa to a Bitcoiner, a Bitcoin maxi, to prove a point that it will outperform Bitcoin. And the guy said, it's this G-man here. I mentioned this briefly yesterday. He's like, well, clearly one degenerate in the community wants to expand the Kaspa community, so I'll accept the 20k Kaspa and I will not move them until 2030, so 5 years, and let's see how they act in Bitcoin terms. I'm not going to bother to respond to the question now. It's late from where I'm from. So he's just simply saying, I've been gifted 20k Kaspa, which honestly, lucky man. And evidently someone wants to prove a point. He's like, I've been gifted this money and I will hold on to it for 5 years, and if it outperforms Bitcoin, then I guess fair enough. And I think he's going to be shocked. I don't think he's going to look at Kaspa by the end of the cycle, to be honest. At the very, very earliest, or the very least, he will look into Kaspa more by the end of the cycle. No doubt, because you'll see smart contracts out, you'll see tier 1s out, you'll see KRI launching their project with Kaspa coming out as well. You'll see so much more developments coming out for Kaspa by this point, by the end of the cycle, that I'll be surprised if many, many Bitcoin maxis don't start turning heads. Not just because of price, but also because they actually see that what we talk about, its speed, its scalability, and it's still keeping up security and being decentralized, is literally what Bitcoin was intended to be in the first place. And then you've got DAG Night. Oh my lord, when DAG Night comes out. The reason 90% of the big projects, namely the KRI, they already like the sound of Kaspa. The meaning they got into it was because of DAG Night. DAG Night letting you have the ability to scale with latency. So you already have the level of security, you already have this ghost DAG, protocol, all the stuff you have. It's incredible architecture, and then you allow it to have the perfect blend of what it has with the Phantom protocol, which gives it the ability to speed quicker, scale latency, and also will be a better blend for the ZK native smart contracts as well that'll be coming out hopefully at a similar time, maybe in the same hard fork. It's unbelievable how, again, it's something I keep highlighting. Would you, as an individual, and it's just an open question, not needing an answer, would you as an individual prefer to invest into Bitcoin, or what else was I going to say? Would you prefer to invest into Apple right now, or as an idea? And I highlight that question purely because while Kaspa's not an idea, Kaspa, by and large, is probably a 20% complete project. The things that really will make Kaspa shine, the smart contracts, the native smart contracts, the DAG-Knight, the quantum resistance, and whatever else follows that, the MEV resistant stuff like that, the governance, Kaspa's a 20% completed project. So you are literally investing in something that's like not even halfway complete. And then once it becomes more, and you're seeing the adoption and the eyes starting to shift over already. So once it becomes more completed, think about that level of FOMO that's going to flood in. That's how I perceive Kaspa. That's why I continually talk about it being a long-term play. And I still think I do other cycle. We're seeing the evidence of that coming through. Price-wise, not necessarily, at least not yet, but conviction is still staying really, really high. And adoption continues to stay very, very high as well of what's coming out to the cycle. Apparently, Trump's going to be signing an executive order later today, which is going to be targeting bank discrimination against crypto, religion, and politics, which is a big deal. But more importantly, he's also going to sign an executive order targeting politicized banking practices today. That's what I'll talk about here. Well, also, and which we've got a bit more information about that here, which I'll post in my community. He's also going to actually sign an executive order, which will allow people's 401k retirement plans to invest into crypto and equities and real estate. That's a $12.5 trillion market, by the way. The 401k retirement market, that market is $12.5 trillion. That doesn't mean that 12.5 trillion is coming to crypto, but it means an extra pool of liquidity now has the ability to hedge into crypto. It's insane news. Insane news. And I will play this video in a short moment here. This is from Cathie Wood, which is basically giving a rundown on the current market sentiment, the conditions, the rate cuts, and basically the possibility we're going to start seeing this so-called reverse rolling recovery, recession recovery happening effectively from now, leading into the months and years to come. So I'll play that in a moment. Before I do, let me get some questions first and foremost, because it has been probably about 50 minutes of me just straight up talking. Look at Kaspa dominance. We have a re-dip again at the bottom. Yeah, I mean, Kaspa dominance will be down right now, although so Kaspa's now actually doing better today since we started the stream, up 1.7%, so it's doing okay. Ethical Bitcoin's going up right now, above 117k, which is good. So I'm sure Kaspa again is, I mean, we did see it from a previous stream, I think there's a massive, like a lot of shorts that get liquidated at 9.5, so you might see a lot of resistance trying to go up to that. Once it passes 9.5 though, you might see a short squeeze and the market just push up. Thank for all. We thank you for all what you have do us and make alive almost every day for the community. I appreciate it very much, and yeah, you're welcome, honestly. And again, all of you watching, I do this because I enjoy doing it. Of course, it has been a long road, and equally I'm going through my own levels of personal things right now. Again, why I've only been one video out this week, which I try to do 3, if not more. And the lives equally have not been, I've had, I think, 2 days off this week, and I'm going to have a third one maybe even a fourth, I don't know. I just had so much going on in my personal life, and I do plan to get back to the full swing of it, because I do enjoy talking to you all. And build our conviction more and more. So, I mean, you're welcome, everyone tuning in, and our time's coming. It's all I can say to that. We will all be, not myself, we will all be rewarded. Kaspa only, it's fair enough. Kaspa only, no other. When I read advice on diversification, I become angry. I mean, again, that's my personal belief. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do your own research. You trade your own discretion. I personally believe in diversification. I don't think you need to, but I do believe in doing so, just in case. Because despite how great Kaspa is, and it is fantastic, my diversification strategy that I have been using this crypto cycle has panned out for me. If I had just Kaspa, I'd be down. But I managed to diversify, I got into some XRP and some SUI, and I made gains on those ones. And I put that back into Kaspa. So it means I can buy more Kaspa and make extra money. Again, it's not always going to work out that way, but that's why I believe in diversification. And again, the benefit of, looking elsewhere to make some hedging some bets, to then put it back into other assets I want to put it into, cycle the capital around. I don't do it with too much capital though, because I don't like my money moving around too much. That's also why I'm going to use Kaspa store of value right now. But yeah, Kaspa only. If you want to do Kaspa only, that's perfectly fine. I ain't got a problem with that at all. Welcome back, Lazy, all in on Kaspa. Fair play, man. Evening, my man. Good evening, Anthony. Hope you're doing very, very well. Is it too late to buy the piece off at Igor Labs? Try to apply it on Discord, but have no joy. You might be, Anthony. I know the channels to get in was Wolfie, it was 3 Search Capital, and it was Kaspa.com. I know Wolfie's pre-sales currently happening right now, and you had to get in before that. I'm not so much sure about 3 Search or Kaspa.com. I've not heard too much about Kaspa.com, but I think 3 Search have done already, so you might be too late now. But there will be a public sale you can get into later on, at the very least. I lose so much money listening about diversification. Again, it's not for everybody. Everyone has their own trading strategies. For me, I can make diversification work. I can also get into the DJ market and also lose money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've lost money. Of course I have. I've made some very bad plays, especially in the meme coin market. But at the same time, I have made some very, very good plays, and I am thankful with the communities that I'm part of to be able to make some capital and be up in that gains. And that's also stuff that I do share with my VIPs. Again, I showcased this a while back, I think, in a video. But the last time I showcased this, the last two trades that we had was one called Uranus and one called meme coin. And we shared those and managed to take out a 7x in Uranus and a 10x on meme coin. Now that was about a week and a half ago now or something like that. So I mean, again, it's part of the community that I'm part of. I'm able to share that stuff here as well. So again, it's a give and a take, right? Diversification is risky. Trading in degen pick memes is very risky, and equally leverage trading. All of that is a risk you've got to be willing to take. You've got to weigh up your ROI, and for me, I was willing to take the risks. But again, it's not up to you. If that's not a bit of you, that's perfectly fine. There's stuff we do try to teach more in the VIP, and I can say with confidence, and I've been given permission, if you will, to talk about it. I know Joking, who's in there, and Tony's in there. The two are in there. They have learned a lot in there, and equally in regards to trading as well. I know Tony was very, very hesitant on trading, and equally Joking. They didn't understand it properly, either because they had some bad plays or whatever it may be. Thanks to the information provided in there, the alpha stuff and the educational courses, and even C Crypto, our pro trader in there, they've got back in trading again. And Tony's done fantastic learning. He's loaded average quite a lot in Kaspa. And equally Joker's made some big plays as well. He's able to analyze better now when these reversals could come in for Kaspa. So again, it's just highlighting, just trying to spread more information out there. So you want to find out more. Again, the VIP, you can join for a week for free. Or you can join for a month for free if you sign to BYDFI, which is the exchange we're working alongside, and partake in the trades through there as well, get many benefits. So you want to find out more about the sort of stuff, you can always join a free Discord server, have a look around, and equally then message me personally. So message me first personally, and I can help you whatever you want to. I'm more than happy to answer. I mean, right now this week will be a bit busy, so I apologize I'm a bit late to replying right now. But otherwise, I will reply whenever I can. And I have just seen that I've got don't know why it's not coming up on my thing right now. Cryptony with the $2 donation. No, Kaspa only. Hear you loud and clear, brother. Thank you very much for the $2 donation. Back to sending me money to keep me quiet. Honestly. Where was on the questions right now? Yes, Kaspa Army. Only Kaspa, let's go. Indeed. Kaspa only, sure. Okay, stop typing. But I agree 100%. Yeah, I agree. The infinite symbols by far the worst. I don't like it. 20k Kaspa for one Lamborghini. I mean, I don't know how much a Lamborghini is really worth. Depends how much you want to get a Lambo for. Lamborghini. Let's just look at. I'm gonna look at my monitor real quick. Lamborghini. I'm just typing price. See what a Lamborghini might cost. I mean, you're seeing some Lamborghinis like the Huracan valued around £173,000, which will equate to about probably $250, I think. Is it even that much anymore? Maybe $200. So if you've got 20k in Kaspa, you're basically therefore meaning you want to see a $10 Kaspa for you to be able to afford a Lamborghini Huracan. So who knows? There might be enough for you. Depends how much you're going to hold Kaspa for and how high it goes and all that sort of stuff. How do you secure your crypto only Tangent? I mean, the best place to hold your crypto would be on a Tangent or a cold storage. It could be Tangent, it could be Ledger, it could be OneKey. I prefer Tangent. I think they're the best one. And also they're working with Kaspa, so it's a nice little like added bonus, if you will. But that's the best place to keep your crypto secure. Absolute worst case, I'd keep it in my Kaspa wallet. But even then, that's not as secure. I put it in my Kaspa. It's kind of like my warm wallet. There's three types of wallet. There's hot, warm, and cold wallet. Cold wallet is offline, so it's completely safe. That's what Tangent is. Cold storage, hardware wallet. You got warm wallet, which is basically something that you kind of use in a similar sense to kind of hold it there, but also has some trades going in and out of it every now and then. Hot wallet stuff you kind of use. If you're like, when I'm trading on BYDFI, that's my hot wallet. That's on an exchange as well. But yeah, put it in a cold storage. 30 million different coins. Yeah, there's so many coins, so there's going to be a culling. XRP won't be in 10 years, in my opinion. Maybe it won't be. Who knows? Who knows? I think they've got the partnerships to stay afloat. But again, if Kaspa ends up becoming this complete, undisputed, perfect crypto with Dagna, everything else that follows as well, and XRP decides not to come onto Kaspa, but everything else does, then XRP will become obsolete. But who knows? I mean, the idea that we're here, and the thing is, while I believe it, you always get told things, right? KRI is saying that their warp core will make XRP obsolete. It can do everything XRP can do and more. And that sounds great, and I want to believe them, but until I see the proof, until I see it happen, it's just words, right? And while I have belief in it, and for me it makes sense as to how that's the case, it's just words. You need proof. Because words always sound very, very good, but actions speak louder than words. Welcome back, Loud Bro. You did very, very well. And YouTube Rebel, hey to you too, my man. Kaspa will be a layer 2 on the Bitcoin network years from now to help scale it, market. That would be something. Switzerland is her Kaspa. Oh, Switzerland is here, Kaspa. Indeed, welcome, Rebel. Thank you very much for being here. Octopus. Diversity sold everything 2 years ago for Kaspa. Nothing else makes sense. Even Bitcoin is old tech becoming centralized. The BlackRock Sailor owning 2% of the center. Again, that's just me personally, though. I have no qualms in how people trade. I'm not here to tell you how to invest or trade. That's not my job. I'm not a financial advisor. I simply believe in dabbling in other parts. This crypto space is so vast. There's so much you can do in crypto, from trading to yields to there's so much that you can now do in crypto, and it's only going to grow more and more with this TradFi market coming on board. You can get into real estate, get into tokenization of bonds. There's so much that's going on, right? And it's only going to grow more. Now, not all that's going to be safe. And you got to, again, it comes down to your risk appetite. Now, for me, I have allocated my risks accordingly. I always know the risks I'm taking. I accept that everything I can do, even in Kaspa, I can lose it all. It's unlikely with Kaspa in my belief, very unlikely, but it's still a risk I could lose it all. But at the same time, for me, I've also invested stuff that I can invest. I've not put, my house or my car on a loan. I've not put my house or car down on crypto or, taken out a loan to invest. I've invested my excess capital, stuff that I know if I lose it, it would definitely upset me. But it's my excess capital. I don't need it to survive. If you have too much money invested to where, if you have so much money invested that if you lose it, it will completely destroy you. You have too much invested. You have too much invested. That's how that's my risk appetite though. Now, sometimes I do exceed my risks. Like I might go into a trade a bit heavier than I expected, like I did in those meme ones I posted just showing us earlier, the Uranus one. I went a bit heavier than I thought I'd do in that one. I got lucky. 7x, took out, fantastic. I'm very happy with that. I got lucky, and now I'm back to my risk appetite being at a level I wanted to be. Diversification for me is something that I was willing to do. Your Vulcan Forges, your XRPs, your Taos, your Sage, your Suis. There's loads of projects out there. There's a Bex. I was willing to take the risk in them. But I have also started de-risking during the stage of the cycle, because I think most of these projects probably are nearing I think there's still a boom to come for these projects, but I think Kaspa, with what's due to come out and what I'm hoping will come out, might have a much more volatile rally coming through as well. And also Kaspa for me is safer. So again, that's not me telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. You do your own research, trade your discretion, but I believe diversification is not a bad idea, and stuff we do try to showcase in the VIP as well. I know we've been looking a little bit into the BEC, into Octo, which you do talk occasionally on this channel. And we're going to start looking at other projects as well. We'll get into probably some AI stuff as well, because AI is going to be, we predict an AI boom is going to be coming through very soon again as well. That's what these enterprises, these alpha information, these institutions are talking more and more, especially now. After what we just saw last week, I've got a research paper. Which is right here, which I'm going to showcase this and post this in my community later on, from Signum, the monthly investment outlook. One of the research documents I'm going to be showcasing to my VIPs later this week. And it's the stuff in here is going to give us an exact breakdown on what these institutions are telling their enterprise clients, what they're waiting for, what they're looking out for, what they are needing to take into account, how they're going to allocate their assets accordingly. So again, to stay ahead of the game, to know where the cycle's going to go, we're looking into what the big money are doing, reading, learning. And that also lets us diversify into what we want to be into as well. So you want to find that stuff again, we'll be doing that roundtable, that alpha roundtable on Sunday. And you can find out all that stuff there. Again, links down below in the description on my homepage. You can equally join right now, and we've got, I think, all 25 weeks in a row we've been doing these roundtables. They're all posted there. You can watch through every single one and find out what we've been talking about. And equally, there's all the information in there. Everything's there. You can check it all out. Kaspa, wake up in due time. Boom, there's a CATHIE use case. Exactly. There's a CATHIE use case with that, 100%. That's why I think it's going to be a very big deal. This is going to be so quickly and so worrying. Welcome back, Double D, bro. You're doing very, very well. Don't forget that Kaspa is made in America. Technically, yes, due to polychain and DAG, technically, but will it gain those benefits? Who knows? You see why we had to have an American Revolution? Yeah. I believe the whole world's going P-tong. Welcome back, Buffalo, bro. Hope you're doing very, very well, my man. Wow, Kaspa's on fire. Kaspa's doing a lot better now, and you're seeing a lot of big developments coming out, which is good. Everyone thinks every new project that comes out is proof of stake. I mean, most projects that come out at this point is proof of stake. And I know you were referring to which post was it that I was talking about earlier? I can't see. I don't even know which one it was, but there's a post we saw earlier. Just now, it's calling it proof of stake. Well, again, I've been talking too long. One of the posts here we talked about earlier around this Bitcoin stuff is talking about it being a proof of stake when it's not, which is again just crazy. It's not. It's a proof of work. Where did that post come through? Where is it? Which one was it? Is it that one? No. Can't find it now. It's upset me. I'll find it, I'm sure, when I'm reposting this stuff on my Twitter page anyways. But yeah, it's not a proof of stake. Kaspa's a proof of work. Oh, I know where it was. It was here. It was Sean. I remember that now, yeah. It's not proof of stake. So yeah, that's the problem though. Every new project that comes in crypto, people assume it's a proof of stake, because that's what the space has become now, oversaturated proof of stakes. Welcome back, Gosu, bro. You're doing very, very well. And yes, indeed, smash that like button if you enjoy the stream. If you don't believe me or don't get it, I don't have time to try convince you. Sorry, Satoshi. I mean, wise words, honestly. What's on Polinsky have scam? He can't scam Kaspa. No, people are calling him a scammer. Well, Luke's calling him a scammer because I guess just doesn't want to acknowledge him. But he's got his accolades, you know? He's literally here in 2015 with Adam being there as well. Like, they know Son Polinsky. He's quoted in so many. I have a literal in my in fact, I'm gonna load this up right now. Another longer stream for you all. Aren't you so lucky? I guess I'm feeling bad for leaving you guys on high on drive so much right now. Although I haven't got that much time, so I'm gonna have to keep it a little bit brief. But I literally got this is one of Captain Sass's old stuff here. This is from He posted this back in October 2024, right? Just for fun, did you know Kaspa's founder, Son Polinsky, the author of Ghost Dag, is referenced in various central bank papers? Bank of Italy, Son Polinsky's right there. Bank of Canada, Bank of Finland, Dallas Fed, European Central Bank. He's literally quoted in so many central bank papers. Forget the actual crypto projects. Son Polinsky is well renowned in this space. So the fact that Luke is out here calling him a scammer is crazy. And obviously got no legitimacy to the claim. It's complete defamation, complete defamatory. There's nothing more to it. Like I would if I mean I know I'd get blocked if I did it, but I know if I saw this actual post from him, I just respond with this. I just show all these central bank papers he's been referenced in. I literally would just send him a link to like 10 of Captain Sat's posts here. Do I not follow? Wait, what? I definitely follow him. Huh. I've been following him for a while. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Point being is, yes, I've just sent Luke just a lot of Captain Sat's posts regarding other projects and him simply being authored in them, and even these stuff here. This is his accolades. This is Stars and Stripes here. And then equally that post we saw earlier regarding this one for the Bitcoin conference. So people, evidently, he's been a part 2015 again. 2015. So, like, I don't know. I think it's ignorance at the highest form. I don't do pub predictions anymore, unfortunately, Vishnu. But I'm just going to say I think Kaspa surpassed all-time highs quite comfortably. That's as much as I'll give. But I don't do pub predictions anymore because I don't want to give any false hopes. People have their own predictions. Some people are saying $1, some saying $3, some are only saying 50 cents. Some are saying it's not going to pass all-time highs. I think it's passed all-time highs quite comfortably at the very least. But I'm not a financial advisor, of course. Kaspa, Solana, killer. Kaspa's just the crypto endgame, honestly, in my belief. It's good when people are telling you you're a scam because you know something's good. I mean, yeah, people. The only argument Bitcoin must have for Kaspa is a scam, but there's no, like, you can call XRP a scam. Ripple is a centralized entity behind them. Their co-founder Chris Larsen dumped at the tops. Those are, viable arguments you can use. Those are logical arguments you can use. What's one for Kaspa? That hasn't already been debunked. There aren't any you can give. Bitcoin maxis are like Nokia in the past. It was the phone, but they didn't want to follow the tech, so they stayed behind the hood. That Apple dominated the market with innovation. Precisely. Bitcoin is just a relic now, and there's nothing wrong with it, in the sense of it's doing its job, but it's lost its original vision and ethos of the peer-to-peer electronic cash. It's now a store of value. That's fine, but then don't try and claim to be the best thing since sliced bread and ever will be created, because that's ignorant, for one, because things constantly evolve, and second off, your original white paper, Bitcoin does not fit your white paper. It's already strived away from that, and you're all accepting it has done. But you can't just therefore say it's a scam. It makes no sense. Counterintuitive. And Mr. Miles again back first in Bro doing very, very well. Adam Back was in the Bitcoin scaling conference listening to some. Yeah, exactly. I just showed you. Yeah, well, it says 2015 according to the post here. Maybe it's one older than that as well, but you can literally see him there. That's Adam right there. He's listening. Oh, you can't see. Wait, he's literally there. He's literally there listening to Son Polinsky talk about scaling Bitcoin. If they listened to him back here, Bitcoin would be fine. They didn't. So Son Polinsky created Kaspa, and now they're scared. Every fool is right in his ideology, pretty much. He's an idiot. I mean, ignorance, how I'm going to put it down, because I think they're smart people, evidently. Or I like to believe they're smart people, but they're ignorant. Great buy, entry at 8.7 cents. I mean, it's not a bad entry at all for Kaspa. 8.9 now. I think Kaspa is, again, still trying to form that higher high, higher low. Although it, technically speaking, has... Well, no, not actually. Not necessarily, because you can argue this is an ABC in regards to chart patterns or whatever. And it had the correction, it's got another ABC here. So even though it looks like a lower peak here, I mean, I guess it is, because it has come down quite considerably. This is still like kind of not too bad. That's quite a much more significant correction. either way, I still think Kaspa is still in an uptrend for the most, or it's still got potential to start rallying higher at the very least. You could draw out some trend lines, for example, and look at you know, I guess the price correlation of Kaspa, where it expects to go right now. I would argue that Kaspa is, again, looking more like to break out soon, especially with smart contracts coming out very, very soon. If you draw out that fib retracement as well, we take it from this bottom trend line down here to top here. Kaspa right now is in that golden pocket, trying to break above it. If it breaks above it, it'll start making that push and rally towards this 12-cent zone again, and higher as well, in my personal belief. Got scammed, lost 5 Bitcoin. Will someone donate me 20k Kaspa to me? Right. I was a bit confused. I was like, is that the Tony that I know? And is that what I was getting to talk about this here? And yes, bingo bango as always says like and subscribe if you haven't to stay informed. Also be sure to submit your best pack flip attempt to J on Discord by 11:59 p.m. EST Saturday for a chance to win. Yeah, this is just ridiculous now. You guys are on smoke. You're wrong, brother. The entire retirement market outside of 401k is eligible to a total possible liquidity unlock of 30 trillion. Okay, well, it's even more than I thought then. Even more than I thought. I mean, either way, right? Like, it's a good, very big deal. So what Kathy would say, well, let's get into that right now then, shall we? Let's get into that right now, and then we'll start to wrap up today's stream. So we've got this video here, reposted by Digital Coin here, where she didn't say what's coming in August is bigger than the bull run, but she basically talks about here the rate cuts, Jerome Powell's stance, how we're going to probably see, we've been kind of going to like a summer recession scare, and now we're going to start seeing a recession recovery or rolling recovery, which is basically going to be starting now with the chance there being a good chance of rate cuts next month, and then continue kind of going towards the midterm elections, which is in 2026, I believe. Or wait, let me just double check. Midterm US elections. I probably made a mistake on that. It is in, yeah, so April to November 2026 apparently, according to Google. So in that regard then, she's basically expecting that we'll see a recovery now leading into 2026, which would be a bigger time for us as well. So listen very closely to Cathie Wood in this video here.
And one of the big variables that many people are wondering about now is interest rates. This week, Chairman Powell sounded very hawkish. I think he didn't appreciate being featured along with President Trump at a construction site. So there may have been something else going on there, because the data as it is evolving here is certainly moving in a direction that would lead the Fed to ease. And of course, for the first time since 1993, there were 2 dissents on the Fed board this time around. And that suggests that we probably are going to see interest rate cuts in the future. I think the odds for a rate cut in September are up to 88%, and a 50 basis point rate cut, maybe they're up to 25% or so. We think that will resolve positively as well. That's the one uncertainty. And the reason this matters is if people think rates are going to come down, then they're going to wait and see how low they go before they take major actions or make big purchases. So getting back to some kind of equilibrium is going to be important. And that is, we think, the last uncertainty before we move into what we believe will be a very strong recovery from a rolling recession, maybe starting with a rolling recovery, but gathering momentum. And we think by midterm elections next year, clearly on the up and up, with big upside surprises in real growth, productivity and downside surprises on inflation. So that would be another positive.
So again, it's speculative because I mean she's saying what she's saying based off her institutional analysts and whatnot. But it is, she's highlighting again that we should hopefully now, after this recession scare we kind of had, that we had the negative GDP after Q1, which went into a positive GDP in Q2. So we had a recession scare that's kind of been avoided now. So now she's believing that we're going to see this rolling recovery, this rolling recession recovery. This is going very well. Rate cuts coming next month, most likely, off the back of that very bad job report data we saw on the last Friday. She also mentioned later on in this video as well, there's a chance we might even see a 50 basis point cut, so 2, which would be insane. And then you'd see people on the back of rate cuts, obviously being happy, be great for altcoins. But people will actually start allocating much more capital once they know where the baseline is, once they know where we're going towards. Because right now, Fed's still creating a lot of uncertainty in the market. So you might see a bit of a relief in the crypto market as a result of these rate cuts coming through, which I think the market's now pricing in right now, hence why Bitcoin's now going up to 117k. And then once we know where the market's at and the rate cuts have been priced in, kind of the market stabilized, then you'll see liquidity flowing in a lot more from institutions as well, which would be a very big deal. And she's highlighting again that you'll see a lot more momentum based on the productivity coming in through midterm elections next year, which is from April to November, I believe, give or take, from what I just looked up at least. Now, does that mean we'll see a bull market going through all of that? No, not necessarily. We don't know that for sure. But it does increase possibilities that we may start seeing this market maybe elongate into a bit of 2026, maybe. Again, got to play it by ear and wait and see. We have still got more gas in the tank, from my belief, though, with what's to come. And especially if institutions start hedging into a lot more into Bitcoin in 2026, then, I mean, honestly, who knows how much higher this market will go. Rate cuts will be great for altcoins. Kaspa will start thriving more so there as well. So a lot more to look forward to, definitely. Welcome back, Wyatt, bro. Hope you're doing very, very well, brother. Nothing is risky if you know what you can lose. For memes, you can put in. For leverage, just know how much you've got to put in that position. Yeah, I mean, precisely. Again, it's down to your risk tolerance. If you've got a good strategy, which the whole premise of what we do in my VIP as well, if we try to help people develop that, we don't tell people how to invest. That's not the point. Again, we're not financial advisors, but we help you build up your own risk tolerance and your risk strategies, alongside giving you information from alpha documents and whatnot, and these other people who we brought in as well, who are traders who are experienced in the game. They've been doing it for years and years and years, and they have a very high success rate. One of the best trades that we've got, one of the best, our experienced trader, C Crypto, has still got an open trade now of Ethereum, which he put in Ethereum at the bottom. This one here. And it's still, that's an old screenshot when Ethereum was at 3.4k, at 3.8k now. Still an open position right now. So we've got good trades going on there as well. We're there trying to teach risk tolerance and whatnot. So you want to find out more, again, your risk tolerance, just know it, all that sort of stuff. Again, VIP, link down below in the description. You can join for a week for free, or again, better still, get a month free trial there if you sign to BYDFI and follow the links in the Discord server, which, again, that's in the Get VIP access channel there. If you need help, again, reach out to me on Discord and I'll help you wherever I can. My chat's lagging, so I'm going to probably end up crashing this chat in a second, I think. Which is good, because I'm about to end up ending stream soon anyways. It's a big mistake in trading anything that is risky. You know how much you're going to lose, precisely. I've got 3. I have all Ledger, Tangent, and Trezor. I mean, again, they're all good. I think a cold storage in itself is good. I prefer Tangent, but all are good. I'm bipolar. I'm both an investor and a trader. Yeah, exactly. And Tony, you've done a very, very good job. I can say that much. I say that holding into a hot wallet is more risky than holding. Oh yeah. I agree. Like, the hot wallet's the term I just used, but the term of hot wallet is also just a wallet that you're kind of using actively, to trade and whatnot. My perception of it, you've got cold storage wallets, you've got your tantrums, you've got your warm wallets, which you kind of use occasionally. In my perception of my wallets is cold storage, my tantrum, warm wallet, my Kaspa, and then my hot wallet is what my BYDFI leverage trading wallets. That's basically it. F it, I'm going down on a ship. I'm playing the violin like Titanic, honestly. Exchanges may not want to play for Okta, same platforms from last year. Possibly not. Possibly not, who knows. Anything ETH can do, Kaspa can do better. Kaspa will do everything better than Solana. No, it can't. Yes, it can. No, it can't. Yes, it can. People overlook the fact that we have never seen a real bear market on Kaspa, or never dumped 90% and stayed there for years before reviving either. True, Kaspa's at most come back, what, 75%? That's the big. Well, that's the biggest correction we've seen. 75% here. Also, some big corrections back here as well. But they also always met with instant recoveries. Like Kaspa came down quite heavily here, still down. But off the back of that big dump, it came immediately up here. And then it's come back down again and back up here again. But it's not staying low at 9% down. Like most other projects in this space came down 9% in the bear market and stayed down there. Even Bitcoin. You know, look at Bitcoin the last cycle. Where it came down from its all-time high here. Down what? Came down 75%. Down here from June to October 2022, then came down a little bit more, so 76%. So it stayed down this low from mid-June, 2022, mid-2022, June, to 2023, January. And then started making a small recovery here, but it didn't end up surpassing 25k until March, so almost a full year of Bitcoin being down basically 70%. Kaspa's not had it being down as much as 70% for over a year. It's been down for a long time right now, of course, so you could, but it's like, its average right now is probably around 9 cents, I'd say, which is down 50%. It's not been down as much as 70% for an extended period of time. 70% is down here. Even 60% is down here. You think Kaspa go below a 60% from its all-time high from March to April, so that's 2 months, give or take, and then so a total of what, maybe 2.5 months, Kaspa's been below 60% of value from its all-time high. That's really nothing compared to how long these cycles normally go on for and how long projects normally stay down for. It's still down from all-time high, it's been over a year, but comparatively to other projects, how far they're normally down and how low they're normally down, Kaspa's not doing as bad. Oh, I'm fully aware of some sort of connections, you know. I need that link. That link LB, if you're talking about this link here, that link is available in the Discord server already. If you go on to the Discord community, you go to useful websites. If you scroll near the very, very beginning, there's not too much information in there. I mean, you know what, I'll actually just forward it into the general chat just for you, which is there now. So you can see that that Captain Sats Bank of Italy one. And again, anything you want to see regarding some deep connections, just go onto Captain Sats' Twitter page, honestly. The guy's a legend. He's got so much in there. He posts it frequently, so you can see all the stuff here as well. Like, it's insane. Yeah, he does repost a lot of stuff, but even then you can see, look, I'll find another one. Look, there you go. Another old one. OG Ethereum devs talking about the protocol preceding Kaspa and its authors. I'm sure Spectre is great, just by the reputation of the authors. So Spectre's great just because of Tom Polinsky. That's literally basically what he's saying here. Most projects in this space are derivatives of Kaspa's original protocols, the Ghost, the Spectre, or the Phantom. So Kaspa's already better than that, while also releasing Diagonite soon, which is going to be completely, new. And my YouTube studio has just crashed on me now, so the chats, I don't know whether I actually am in the chats right now, which is a crying shame. But I am definitely... that's actually near the end of the chats anyways. I'm just looking at the last few stuff here. A big 9% crash is most likely next year, Tony, after the first quarter of a good run-up. Maybe. Maybe it is. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, for Kaspa, we are still early. We have still a lot more to come. So, again, to be emotional, but of course, you want to find out more about crypto and Kaspa and get, I guess, ahead of the game and prepare yourself for what is to come, which we're looking at institutions. Now that institutions are here, looking into what they are saying is even more important to how the market's going to react. So you want to find that sort of stuff again, you'll be learning documents like this stuff here from Signum Bank. We'll be talking about our VIP, these alpha documents here, alongside much, much more. Information is all down below the VIP. You join for free for a week and a 1-month free trial, and equally learn a lot more in there as well. We're posting in as much trade stuff that we can, trying to make it as, beneficial as possible. All information again down there. If you enjoy the stream, that'll be it for today. Then leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. Check out the free community as well, the VIP, just to get more included to the community and whatnot. I will not be here tomorrow, full disclosure, and I do know that I've got some people to reply to in the Discord server, which again I've been too busy to do so right now, but I promise to get around to it hopefully this weekend, if not beginning next week. That being said, family, have a great day, good evening and good night. Hope you're all having a great day so far, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care now.